This video is about gaslighting. In this video, you will see that BHB caught wind that the creator Down the Rabbit Hole News has an upcoming live regarding BHB going to DC for a convention concerning child welfare reform. It's important to point out that these people claim they don't pay attention to what other creators are doing. Another lie that's been proven over and over again. Now grab your water hose because a lot of gas is going to get thrown on the audience.
I'm going to Washington, D.C. I've been invited to go to Washington, D.C. Many of you guys know I'm advocating for a lot of things for our children and our child welfare system. However, I'll be focusing primarily on the centralized database. There is a Yahoo out there that is complaining, saying that they're a social worker. They're a social worker, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. None whatsoever.
Where on this post does it say, I am a social worker? I can't find that part, burnt hair. Surely you're not creating another narrative in order to gaslight your viewers again, are you?
And first of all, if you're a social worker and haven't been to one of your meetings, haven't done anything to get off your butt to make changes in the child welfare system, I really don't give a damn what you have to say at all. I've worked with politicians for years.
That's bullshit.
All the comments. Ma'am, please state your first and last name and your county of residence. You have 3 minutes to speak on the execution of cooperative funding agreement.
I see the state roof on it. I don't know if you guys know I'm missing a roof, but I'd love for the county to help pay for it.
What you do at county meetings does not constitute working with politicians.
I've worked with social workers for years.
Bullshit.
You've harassed victims until social workers get involved. That doesn't constitute working with social workers. I have never seen your name mentioned in any committee that orchestrated any rules, reform, or bills. What exactly are you accomplishing?
I have medical professionals in my family. I have a legal background.
This is total bullshit.
Helping a foreign country launder money through false pretenses of mortgage loans is not having a legal background. You essentially worked for a mortgage broker. Not one piece of evidence traces any legal work for you.
I have a good understanding of what is not working in child welfare.
Listen, burnt hair. You've never had nor raised any children. You have no children in the home. You have no idea what is working and what isn't. Just like you said, a 2-year-old doesn't wander away and is scared of the woods. JJ was found after wandering off into the woods. Leave our children alone.
I'm not advocating just for more money to be flooded into the system. I'm advocating for true changes in the system that has not been updated since 1965. So little girl, sit down.
You're telling someone to get up and do something and also telling that same person to sit down. See how much sense you make. What a joke.
Sit down, little girl. Okay?
First of all, the person she's being rude to is a mother of a young child. You know, the children BHB claims to be advocating for. What you don't understand because you're not a mother BHB is that the parent-child relationship is stronger than your mouth. You need to understand a child first.
I can probably tell you that you're probably part of the problem and not part of the solution.
You have proven countless times that you're the biggest problem when it comes to the children. How many cases have you slowed up or even ruined because your concern is views and not the child well-being? I can count more than one hand of fingers.
I don't even know who you are, but before you start complaining about the advocacy I'm doing, maybe a little advocacy of your own, instead of just getting the clicks and views of all these stories you're telling, right?
Didn't you just tell her to sit down? You're confusing yourself, queen of clicks and views.
At what point? I went through your entire channel. At what point? I have never seen you advocate for a child or changes in the child welfare system. So
only you are the one who needs to make videos about it for clicks and views. This creator is online an average of 5 hours or so a week. Guess what she's doing the rest of the time, burnt hair? She's raising her child and making sure she has a beautiful upbringing. You're online 50+ hours a week. Girl, stop. This isn't a good look for your advocacy claims.
again, little girl, sit down.
Get up. Sit down. Get up. Sit down. Do you see how ridiculous she is? The only thing she knows about children is how to be childish.
And one thing you really don't want to do is start poo-pooing on my side of the street. You can stay on your side of the street, don't know who you are, but when you come after me, you better pack a lunch, little girl.
This is a prime example of you don't know what you're even talking about. You're claiming to want child reform. This creator is a mother of one of those children. She has more right to speak on this than you ever have. By the way, no one is scared, but keep gaslighting.
Anyways, getting on to it, we are going. Absolutely, we're going to save our children. And you know what? I guarantee anybody that goes over to her channel can ask her, how many times has she went to her legislatures? How many times has she spoken in front of her state delegation? How many times has she done anything to get off her butt to advocate for children?
How many times have you raised a child is a better question. You don't even understand children or how they develop, but you're the expert. You're going for clicks and views just like the 17-minute you did for a child search. You're only advocating is for free money for this vacation.
Anybody that would like to donate, support this trip or any upcoming trip, the best way to support is through Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, whichever you guys prefer.
Yo, Big Pimpin' got big money. What you need?
Let me hold on. Give me a couple hundred, man.
You ain't got no. Look at that right there, huh? That money, that's big money right there. You can't be a big pimp. You ain't got no big money. Let me hold.
I would like to know. But I can tell you I do a lot. I can tell you she's probably keeps her butt at home, planted in her seat inside of her comfort at her home while I'm traveling the entire United States trying to find the root cause of these issues.
I'm telling you, I was out in those woods. I wasn't getting a good feeling about it. I knew he wasn't out in those damn woods.
Happy to report we have found JJ. He was found in the woods. He seems to be fine.
You know nothing.
So again, little girl, sit down. Sit down. I wonder how many years it took you to get slightly under me in a year.
Now this is funny. She started 1 month before you and has the same subs without taking advantage of others. And while raising a young child of her own. Every time you open your mouth, it's to insert your foot.
I don't necessarily think social workers are scumbags. I think some of them don't do a good job, and some of them complain about the fact that they don't do a good job, and it's everything else besides themselves. But in my experience, it's not necessarily the social workers that aren't doing their job. It's the hierarchy of the system that's not delegating jobs correctly, not financing their programs correctly. There's a lot of corruption and cronyism when it comes to tax funds, period. And it's not to blame one side or the other. In my experience, they all do it. They all do it. So occasionally you find good people that want to go into politics, and that's who we support. You know, it's just one of those things. But don't think it's only on one side. It's on all sides. Okay, I've been doing this long enough. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like party affiliations. That's why I don't like party affiliations.
Bitch, I need a break.
Look at this dump.
So that is the best thing that you guys can do to help support this channel and talk about me. You know, let people know that you are a supporter of the Bullhorn Betty channel. We keep it real over here. I can tell you that we do not pussyfoot around here. We do not sugarcoat things. We kind of say it like it is. Sometimes it offends people. Sometimes people agree with it. But if you're easily offended, this is probably not the best channel for you, because I offend people and I do it often. And it's nothing intentional, but I speak my mind and people find offense to it. So, you know, that's with them, not with me. That's your problem, not mine. Trust me, people offend me all day long. You don't hear me complaining about it. You don't see me going on 3 or 4 hour diatribes on YouTube about how somebody has hurt my feelings. We don't do that over here.
That's all you've done since you went online. This is a normal everyday thing. Are you trying to convince yourself of this? Asking for a friend.
What we do is we try to keep it to the cases. And you know what? At the end of the day, people don't like me. You know, pick a number, stand in line. I really don't care. I really don't.
Oh, you very much do care. This is a lot of bitchin' from someone who doesn't care. Do you care that your chat says 249 but only 4 people commenting? Your crew seems to have a lot of suspicious numbers all the way around.
Oh, we do because we do what we do. You know, we feel good to do good in this world, and we will continue to do good. As long as I have a mouth, if I have legs that walk and arms that work, I will be advocating for someone and something somewhere out there.
Whew. So, it's time for me to start Alec Murdaugh. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get these 2 lives going. I may not be able to, but if I don't, I'm just going to continue with this one. But might as well check. Whew, it's hot. It is hot, hot, hot. Stringer's ticking me off here. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to enter the studio for the Alex Murdaugh one and see if I can get this one going. Guys, I'm out here. I was hoping that we could go live with Alex Murdaugh this morning, but I had it all set up so I could just go live and it would have the stuff on it, but it's not.
She searched for a missing child for a total of 17 minutes. In those minutes, she took breaks to drink coffee, to complain about the heat, her pants, the stickers, the terrain, and trying to go online with a trial. That kind of child advocacy needs to be outlawed. This is only for views and money.
Because at the end of the day, the walk that I've taken, I was a taker for a good portion of my life, and I have changed my life, and I'm a giver. I like to make sure that this place is left in a better place than when I got here. And at the end of the day, I think we all do that, and we all strive for that in our lives and otherwise. So,
the only thing you give is headaches. I really think these rants are designed for your own benefit. I believe you tried to convince yourself of all of this BS.
Anyway, updated. I didn't realize you probably weren't here this morning. I updated the gift lists too. I haven't updated those in a really long time, and I didn't realize everybody has purchased. So I put some other nominal priced items back onto the list in there as well. So like to go to dinner, go to lunch, or go to breakfast with me, let me know. And depending on how many people we got, we'll coordinate something. So at least we can meet each other in person. You guys get me literally 2 hours out of the day, and that's it. You guys have something special here, which takes your time from only 2 hours in the morning to stretching it usually 10 or more hours a day that you guys have gotten me. These for the last 3 weeks. So I'm wondering if we're going to continue at that rate where I just stay on YouTube all day, but then it's going to take away. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a new schedule so we can all hang out throughout the day. Obviously, Tuesdays and Thursdays are not going to be good days for me as I'm getting back into my county commission meetings and helping legislate for my county as an activist in this county that represents the residents.
But if you do consider it, consider roofs next. Just saying.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure there's a long list of household needs that people have. Is there anyone else who would like to come forward to speak on item number 42?
Oh, and I didn't tell you guys yesterday. I have been trying to get back in church, and if you guys know me, I'm kind of a recluse here because I work so much. I never used to be. I was very outgoing, always everywhere, anywhere, and that's going to start picking back up now. I've been trying to get myself back into church. But we don't have churches. Like, we have one church that's kind of like Miss Robbins' church here, and it's all the way out east, and it's just too much of a trip for me to go all the way out east.
Willing to travel all over the US to nosy in someone's case, but an hour is just way too far to go for church. As if. But the reason is that she can't panhandle for money, so it's not worth it to her. Or can she? Let's find out.
I got plugged into her church online. So her church and their sermon online. And I got to tell you, they had such an amazing message yesterday. I posted it up on my Facebook page. I can't remember if it was my private one or not. Yesterday, it touched me because there was a couple spots that something that they were talking about hit a nerve, and I was literally crying while I'm listening to the sermon because I knew that message was specifically for me. So I actually watched it from the beginning to the end. When they told me to stand, I stood up. When they had me bow my head, I bowed my head. When they asked for the hand to be raised, I raised my hand. All from the comfort of my home. Mama Bullhorn came over. She sure did. Thank God, because I needed a couple buttons. I'm going to DC, and it's going to be a little chilly. So my wool jacket, because when we were in Idaho, we kept putting it on and sitting down in the front seat, and I was having a hard time turning because it's not one of those. It's one of those coats you wear while you're standing up, but you're not supposed to be driving it. Like, it's too big, it's too heavy. And when I put my seatbelt on, the seatbelt grabs the buttons on the front and yanks them, and unbeknownst to me. So I ended up losing 2 buttons.
I beg to differ. It wasn't the seatbelt's fault. Your clothes are fitting like MGL's Lululemon pleather.
Thankfully, sewed my buttons back on. This is round 2 for the buttons. I'm when I wear my jackets, I'm very rough on my jackets. And
Really?
Really?
Are you sure?
It'd be kind of cool if the ones that don't really go to church but wants to go to church, just doesn't want to go out for church, maybe every Sunday we'll get together and do a prayer watch or a church watch and communicate and watch together. If it's something you guys would like to do on Sunday, I'm absolutely down with doing some new and interesting things with the channel. Because
So there you have it, folks. Rather than saving her soul, she's already thinking about how to exploit the church onto her channel for views and, of course, donos. This is disgusting because we know the real agenda behind this. Gross.
I'm a religious person. God is my God. I built this channel on a lot of things, and one of the foundations of that is the Word of God, the armor that He wraps in me to keep me strong and keep me out there with all the haters and doing the work that I do. That is a direct result of what He's put before me and what He wants me to do. So. Consider doing a live broadcast of the church service online with a bunch of loving people. That would help, it'll help their online numbers come up, and it would help the people out there that don't get church very often to get the word. So online is great. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. But it's kind of like, this here, we watch this on here because we're all watching it. We might as well watch it together so we can talk about it and collaborate and, have debate about the case with Alex Murdaugh. Why not do the same thing about the message and the Word of God on Sunday? I think it would really help people's heart and soul. And we're all about that. Yeah.
Please visit Down the Rabbit Hole News for the episode BHB was so mad about. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I'm sure it's great. Here's some laughable comments left by BHB about this.